The whole time where the Meek and Drake was going through it, you said the best explanation. You was like, how did my nigga lose? Like, he got the baddest chick, he on the biggest tour. Like, you know what I'm saying? How was that? Like, because
I mean, just on some G shit, like, nigga ain't lose to nobody.
Right.
Now y'all better study the game and how the game go.
I love the answer.
You gotta study the game.
Right.
You gotta study the game.
Right.
I've always been an underdog. I love being the underdog. I love it. I love it. I wouldn't even be comfortable. I love going against the odds. That's why anytime I create issues with, I always do it with somebody people would assume that I couldn't,
win.
Right. But I'm a different type of nigga. This DNA a little different. I'm gonna go further than you willing to go.
Right.
And so when it come to dealing with dudes like, I'll go further than you willing to go.
Right.
Niggas ain't on this. You dig?
And then since this, like, have you ever had a conversation with Drake since that? Like,
nah.
Like, nah?
No.
Okay. Is that something you willing to have, like, to squash it? Because at the end of the day, they both rich niggas. Like, you know what I mean?
You gotta understand, it's like this.
Okay.
Shit, we all rich niggas.
That's what I'm saying.
You know
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So, like.
I know I'm a rich nigga.
Yeah, I know you are rich nigga. Let's make some noise for him knowing he a rich nigga.
I know, you know what I'm saying? I know what Meek Mill getting. Everybody don't know what they business like. I don't know what's really touching the bank account. But
I like that shot. That's
yeah. That was nice. That
was a nice one. I like that.
Yeah. We don't know.
You know what I mean? I'm making smell you.
He's rhyming when he's not rhyming.
But just on some 1,000 shit, you either be, G enough to whatever the issue is, niggas bring it to the table, or you just let it go out of control and see what happens.
Right.
I always been one of them niggas. So when I first spoke on it on the Breakfast Club, you seen I was obviously speaking in a peaceful tone.
Right.
Because that's my way of telling niggas, y'all niggas need to tighten up so niggas could get it right. Because if you assuming a nigga respect whoever your big homies is, you wrong. If you assuming me, and for my dog, I ain't, so it's whatever. Right. If it's gonna be whatever.
If it's gotta go there.
Yeah, if it's gotta go there, man. Renzel gonna jump off the porch on your ass.
Right.
And that's just the way I always been, and I'ma die that way.
Man,
we're bringing peace here at Green Chain.
Yeah.
You know,
No, it's just that's what it is.
Of course,
you just gotta be.
You gotta be willing to jump out.
No, you just gotta know what know what you're doing. And for my dogs, for my family, that's what it is. So once niggas, it is what it is. Yeah, I ain't tripping.
The only reason why I brought it up is because I had something to do with getting Fat Joe and Jay-Z on the phone.
We're trying to bring peace to hip hop.
But this is what I'm trying to tell you. The whole game, if you study the game, you done seen the biggest niggas, the wisest, the wisest. It's about being wise. A fool is quick to go to war. It take a wise man to put the plays together and keep it in a way niggas could keep getting money.
It's a chess game.
At all times. But, our DNA is different. My DNA different.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So if a nigga assumed or was under the assumption anybody was good, hell no, nigga. We don't see nothing. If that's what I was on. And I'm not saying that's the case right now, but if that's what I was on, your big homies ain't big homies, nigga.
Right.
You dig? And that's how it go when you really got, and you really can make plays and you really can make shit happen.
Right. That was deep right there. Let's make some noise for that. I'm changing the subject. That was hard. It was real street shit right there. Gotta go in between the cold. Excuse me, sweetheart. Can you see if there's a rosé? I like the rosé better. Can you see if there's a cold rosé? Come on, come on.
She ain't working. She
come on. That's
not niggas ain't.
That's the homie. No. She ain't here with Best Buy niggas. No. You know what I mean? Ricky Rosé. Yo.
Check it out and check it out. Now, let me just get right to the heart of the matter. Now, if you guys don't know, and by the way, if you're a Drake stan or a Meek stan, you're probably going to be both offended equally, because neither of you want to hear the unbiased, unfiltered truth. You want people to take sides. But here's the thing, all right? Rick Ross is right in a sense. If you didn't just hear what he said, listen, man, Drake going around dissing people in their city and just the way how he's moving, he better tighten up. Because if he thinks that people give a fuck or might not do something because of his big homies or whatever ties he has, we don't give a fuck, okay? Now, his big homies that Rick Ross is referring to could obviously be Birdman Sandusky, or it could be Jay Prince. Now, we do know he has some little run-in with, of course, Birdman, but we're not too sure what's going on or if he has any type of dealings with Jay Prince. A lot of people have respect for Jay Prince, but here's the thing, right? I don't think Drake is going from city to city dissing people and talking as crazy as he does now.
We got that good energy going on. I should have brought Joe Budden up here and let him do Pump It Up one time tonight. Pump it up. Fuck the niggas, man. Can't tell that man to ease up. I did another one. That pussy still ain't did shit about the other one. I got to drink.
Because of his big homies. I don't think he's talking that crazy because he's like, oh, Jay Prince got my back. I think Drake is doing whatever he does now because he's at the comfort of the best security team in the fucking game. He is rolling around with, if y'all ever see this nigga security team, man, it's like 10 behemoths, okay? 10 Samoan niggas who should be trying out for the NFL, all right? Basically a bunch of niggas on steroids, okay? Not to mention that, cops are always around, and again, it's not because he's a bitch. It's because he's the biggest fucking artist on the planet when it comes to rap. So that's the reason why Drake talks so much shit. He's not going to be in your hood. He's not going to be in no local shit. When he comes through, it's big time. The cops are going to be coming with him, and he's going to have all type of security with him as well. Now, I'm not saying there can't be instances where he get caught lacking, but obviously the reason why he's talking that slick is because he is that big and he's rolling with security like that. Now, here's the thing. Because, of course, you hear Rick Ross basically talking to Drake indirectly, but also directly. And he's like, nah, I don't care about squashing it. I ain't talking to Drake right now. And obviously, Rick Ross could see that Drake dissing his artist, Meek Mill, is now about to hurt his pockets. So he's looking like, yo. It's one thing when y'all was just dissing each other for a while last year, but it's another year. You still trying to bury my artist. I got to get money out here. Now you affecting our pockets. And if you start affecting our pockets, we might have to some way, some shape and form affect you. Okay? That's clearly what he's saying. Now, with all that being said, and obviously hearing how Rick Ross was talking, and we do know he was a CO, but Rick Ross, we haven't seen him really get tested. I mean, listen, there was an incident supposedly with Jeezy, but we don't know exactly what happened. I mean, Rick Ross was talking just as crazy about 50. Nothing happened to him. He was talking crazy about Jeezy. I don't think nothing happened to him. And in every situation, he's been talking as crazy. So again, I think Rick Ross might be connected dude, or he might just really not give a fuck. He mentioned that he doesn't really give a fuck, and he's willing to put it all on the line. But I will say this, man. Number one, Meek, it's kind of sad when your boss got to step up for you. Okay, again, when your boss is more vocal in trying to defend you than yourself, that's a problem. Second of all, Drake, if you're not about that life, nigga, we know you a singing nigga, bruh. You're not about that life, dog. Don't put your family or even your security guards or whoever around you, because now you know what happens? If they can't catch you, they gonna catch somebody on your team. They can't catch somebody on your team. They gonna catch a writer. They can't catch a writer. They gonna catch somebody who's on Instagram with you, okay? You're putting people in danger when you are acting like a thug, but you're not really about thug shit. And the way how Drake has been carrying himself on this tour, calling all these niggas a pussy and talking about they should do something, and I'm at your home. You're inviting the type of energy where you may not be affected because you got so many security guards, but you're inviting it that somebody around you get into some problems, all right? And maybe he has just transformed into a goon, but I don't think Jimmy from Degrassi, I don't think he's built like that. So I really look at what he's doing. I'm looking like, yo, bro, you're at the top of your game. Why are you inviting problems? But again, it's all about that ego. You know what I mean? Of course, added on to him having some type of air of invincibility. When you're at the top, you think you'll never go down. You think nothing could happen. And that's a very bad and very arrogant thing to think, all right? Again, I hope Drake just chills out because listen, man, Meek and Rick Ross, they're not gonna admit that they took an L. We know they took an L. But bruh, at some point you gotta stop kicking these niggas. You gotta stop, all right? Because at some point these niggas gonna be like, yo, he ain't even content when just winning. He's trying to get us the fuck on out of here, okay? Don't go past the mark you first set in victory, all right? Get a comment, you guys like, definitely subscribe to Akademiks. I'm